The adventure you're about to see is based on a true portrayal of outer space and could actually happen to a puppet come alive.
Mullet, what was that?
A spaceship.
Spaceship. Earth finally made it, eh? Off the ground at last.
That wasn't an Earth ship, Mother. It's bound for Earth from outer space.
Land sakes, why can't they stay in their own backyard? Haven't we enough traffic up here already with satellites and weather balloons cluttering up the sky? Carrie isn't safe anymore in her own rocking chair. What do you suppose that spaceship wants with Earth?
He doesn't know it yet, but Pinocchio is going to run right into that ship.
Pinocchio? Pinocchio, wasn't that the boy you turned into a puppet?
Just the other way around. The puppet I turned into a boy.
Oh, yes, I remember now. The puppet you turned into a boy. Where's Pinocchio now, daughter?
There he is, far below, the most remarkable puppet on Earth.
Puppet? But, dear, I thought you turned him into a boy.
So I did, Mother. And a fine boy he was in the beginning. Did everything Geppetto asked. Studied his lessons, tried to help others. But then, little by little, the old Pinocchio began to return. He started to disobey, occasionally at first, but then more and more as time went on. He began to grow selfish, inconsiderate. At last, he had grown so much like his old self that one morning he awakened to find himself once again a puppet.
The poor dear. Isn't there anything you can do to help?
Yes. If Pinocchio once more proves himself worthy, I can turn him into a boy again.
Geppetto would like that. He still lives with Geppetto, doesn't he?
Yes, Pinocchio still lives in the little toy shop on the corner.
Shop, the grandfather clock was rubbing his eyes and yawning, and the shiny tin soldiers on the shelf were guarding all their friends till morning. In the little toy shop, the Jack in the Box was snuggled up neath his covers. The Mechanical Man and Raggedy Ann were making eyes at one another. The Teddy Bear and the old gray mare were playing hide-and-go-seek, while the tall giraffe got a great big laugh when the clarinet started to squeak. In the little toy shop, the jolly old Pop was making his evening round, and the kangaroo played peek-a-boo with the happy-dappy circus clowns. That little toy shop must be the shop where children's dreams come true. I'd like to live there, wouldn't you?
Fedora.
The planet Venus is 26 million miles away from Earth. Mars is 35 million miles away. I wish school were 1,000,000,000,000 miles away.
Now, son.
Father, I didn't hear you come in. What a log. Did you carry that all the way from Astro Cherry's house?
Oh, it's not so far.
Poor Father. If only I had thought to help.
No.
What are you going to do with the log? Carve another marionette?
No, not much demand for marionettes these days, Pinocchio. Children don't want the old toys anymore. So this old dog must learn new tricks, huh? Oh, not you, Fedora. This old dog. I'm going to carve a spaceship.
Oh.
Disappointed? Why, I thought you'd be delighted. Don't you want to become an astronaut? Most boys your age dream of nothing else.
And study all that space stuff? Not me.
Oh, Pinocchio.
Well, gosh, Father, who cares about the distance to Venus or Mars? You and I are never going there anyway.
Oh, well, I may not, but you might. You're young, son. You'll probably see interplanetary travel in your lifetime. Oh, but that's not the point. The point is that no education is wasted. What you learn in school as a boy helps make you a better man.
If I ever become a man, I've got to become a boy again first. I wish there was some way.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin. The newest man-made satellite, Cosmos 2, launched earlier this evening, has been demolished, smashed into rubble by Astro, the rogue whale in outer space. Cosmos is the third satellite destroyed this week. Experts believe that the shrill, piercing frequencies emitted by the satellites anger the whale and send him charging in a rage of fury. So far, all attempts to down the monster have failed, and the mystery behind his strange appearance in space many months ago remains unsolved. Marine biologists here suggest that a rare mutation, the kind that resulted in flying ants, flying squirrels, and flying fish, may be responsible for the evolution, finally, of a flying whale. Space biologists disagree, however. They say Astro could have come only from another planet. Whatever his origin, a handsome reward is offered for his capture. We return you now.
Strange times, Pinocchio. A whale in space.
Gee, I'd like to go up there with a great big fishing pole and throw Astro a giant hook and pull him out of the skies. Then I'd win the reward and we wouldn't be poor anymore. And I'd prove myself worthy and the Blue Fairy would turn me into a boy again.
Catch a whale, huh? And what would you use for bait?
Bait? I'd probably be swallowed by Astro myself. Father, do you think I'll ever be a real boy again?
Well, you wish for it with all your might, son. Then work at it. But now you go to bed. It's late, and you have school tomorrow.
Good night, Father.
Good night, Pinocchio.
I wish I had one more chance to become a boy again.
Pinocchio!
Yes, Father?
Pinocchio, there you are. Here, son, take this.
A quarter?
Take it. You'll need it to buy lunch at school.
But, Father, what'll you do if...
Now, don't you worry about me. I have plenty to eat. Why, there's a piece of cheese left over from supper and a piece of brown bread. More than enough for an old man. Besides, who knows? Perhaps I'll sell a clock today, hmm? There, you see? Oh, goodness, look at the time. Off you go, or you'll be late for school.
Goodbye, Father. Someday I'll make us rich, you'll see.
Goodbye, Pinocchio. Try not to fall into mischief, huh?
I'll be good.
Fedora, come back here.
You better go, Fedora. You know what my teacher said last time you followed me into school.
Come on, girl. I'll give you a bone.
She's angry with us.
Oh, she'll get over it. Now, you get moving, young man. It's late. Remember, No side trips on the way.
I'll go straight to school, Father. I promise. What a morning.
It's a goody good morning and a goody good day. It's a happy dappy dippy dappy lollipop doozy all the way. And a goody good morning. Howdy do to you all. Gonna have a happy dippy dappy lollipop doozy of a ball. Singing la-di-da-da and a doopy-doo-doo. You can come with me, but you gotta be kinda crazy, upsy-daisy too. What a goody good morning. Throw your worries away, and you'll have a happy dippy-dappy lollipop-doozy of a day.
Splendid morning, eh, Groovy?
Like groovy, man.
Oh, what is racing as a morning in the country? Smell that air.
Groovy.
Perfume, not the kerosene vapor of that foul little town last night. You know, we must write a thank you note to the sheriff for guiding us to the city line.
Like wasn't we run out?
Expelled? Nonsense. No one expels D. Conline Sharp. Why, if my dear friend the mayor had been present, we... Wait. Look. Pinocchio. Why, the last I heard, that meddling blue fairy had turned him into a boy. Groovy, tonight we eat steak. Walk this way.
Like we just came from that way.
Yes, indeed, there's nothing like a brisk morning in the country to give one a deep sense of lightning strike me, Groovy, if this fine-looking youngster isn't the image, the very image of our dear friend Pinocchio.
Oh, hello, Mr. Sharp, Mr. Groovy. I am Pinocchio.
You, Pinocchio? Impossible. Why, Pinocchio is a boy, a real boy.
I'm Pinocchio, all right. I misbehaved so much like my old self, I was turned back into a puppet.
Oh, what a shame.
But if I prove myself worthy, the blue fairy will make me a boy again.
Splendid! Still, being a puppet does have its good points. As luck would have it, Groovy and I are representatives of Professor B.A. Fraud, world's leading hypnotist magician. I happen to know that the professor is seeking a new assistant.
Like somebody he can saw in two.
What my colleague means is, perhaps we can get you a featured role in the show.
Gee, I'd like to be on the stage, but I'm afraid I can't. I promised Father I'd go straight to school.
You'll be paid, of course.
Gosh, we certainly could use the money, but I promised.
I don't think it's going to rain after all, Groovy. Put down the umbrella. Ixnay, stupid, that blue fairy may be watching. Tell me, son, you do want to earn money for your poor old father? Prove yourself worthy? Become a real boy again? How do you intend to do it?
If I could capture Astro.
Capture Astro! He wants to capture!
Like he wants to do the impossible.
Wait a minute. Why can't he do the impossible?
Huh?
Impossible things are happening all around us.
They are?
Of course. Theoretically, every bumblebee is unable to fly. But necessity is the reason he has to take to the sky to make the flowers grow and the honey flow. Even though they said it couldn't be done, he does it and has a lot of fun. By doing the impossible, though it takes a little time. Doing the impossible never is impossible once you make up your mind. A hummingbird can fly backward way up high or just hover in the air. His wings move so fast, he can now really cast shadows that aren't even there. And tiny as he is quite a whiz, doing what they said could never be done. He does it and has a lot of fun. By doing the impossible, though it takes a little time. Doing the impossible never is impossible once you make up your mind. A little spider can build bridges stronger than even iron or steel. With his magic thread, he can spin a web square or round as a wheel. And during his career as an engineer, he does what they said could never be done. And furthermore, has a lot of fun. By doing the impossible, though it takes a little time. Doing the impossible never is impossible once you make up your mind.
I can do it! I can capture Astro!
In the same way, Professor B.A. Fraud performs impossible feats of magic. He makes people float in air through the ancient art of hypnosis.
Hypnotize Astro?
What's Astro but an overgrown sardine who thinks he's Halley's Comet?
That's just it. How can I get near him? He never comes down to Earth.
No, but someday soon you will fly into space.
Father's word.
Wise man, your father. When that day comes, will you be ready? Do you know how to hypnotize a whale?
No. How?
Glad you asked me, son. I think I may have one last copy of it. Yes, here it is. Professor Fraud's masterpiece. Hypnosis Made Easy. Almost hate to part with it. The man who holds this book holds untold power in his hands.
And it really works?
Really? Come here, Groovy. What's this? Groovy, look into me eyes. You are a penguin. Penguin! You are a penguin! Look at him. A mother penguin at that, tenderly guarding her egg. Ever see a more touching sight in your life?
I'll take the book. How much is it?
Well, as I said, it's my last copy. Very rare book, now out of print. You couldn't buy this for $1 in the newsstands.
Gosh, all I have is a quarter.
Thank you, and here's your book. After all, we're old friends.
The price on the cover is 15 cents.
Oh, pay no attention. That's a subscription rate. Single copy price is naturally a bit higher. So long, my boy. Come, Groovy, let's go.
Gosh, the hypnosis wore off already.
Hypnosis? Oh, well, you see, I read only the first 2 chapters of the book. The final chapter tells how to make the effect last for hours. Groovy?
Doing the impossible never is impossible once you make up your mind.
I was wrong about those two. They're really a pair of honest gentlemen. Hypnosis Made Easy. How to hypnotize your friends at home for fun and profit in 10 easy lessons. Lesson 1. Find a suitable subject. Before attempting to hypnotize a friend, it is best to practice upon one less familiar. Smaller subjects are best, for they give the beginner an easy sense of mastery. Having found a suitable subject, rivet your eyes to his in a manner that says, I am your master. Then repeat over and over that the subject is not himself at all. He is really someone else. Look into my eyes. You're a penguin. You're a penguin. A penguin. I must have done something wrong. If the subject fails to respond, it is probably because the hypnotist is offering too extreme a suggestion. In such cases, soften the command. Allow the subject to think of himself as he actually is, but suggest that he be rigid as a statue, unable to move. You're a statue. You can't move. You're a statue. A statue. Hooray! it works! I'm a hypnotist! Oh, boy, just let me come eye to eye with Astro. I'll petrify him.
Say, Woodenhead, what are you trying to do, wreck my ship? Well, what's the matter, Splinterpuss? Cat got your tongue? Don't you know better than to run in front of a spaceship that's landing? Come out of there and let me have a better look at you. Pretty disappointing specimen, if you ask me. Travels on all fours. Wooden joints. Too primitive for a robot. Oh, my, you're a noisy one. Why do your teeth chatter that way? You're not afraid of me, are you?
No, sir.
Ooh, what's the big idea? What did I say? What did I say?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, sir. I didn't mean...
What was that, a secret weapon?
No, sir, my nose. It grows whenever I don't quite tell the entire truth.
Amazing. Hazardous, but wait a minute. Is that you talking, or are you a ventriloquist dummy?
I'm talking.
Would you call yourself a typical Martian?
No, sir.
Not typical.
I'm not a Martian.
Not a... Of course you're a Martian. What would you be doing on Mars if you weren't a Martian, silly?
This isn't Mars.
Oh, well, that's different. If this isn't Mars, not Mars.
No, sir. This is Earth.
Earth? Oh, nonsense. You must be mistaken.
I don't think so. Look, it's right here in my science book.
Let me see that. Earth. Third planet from the sun. Third from the sun? Oh, well, that explains it. Mars is fourth from your sun. I must have overshot the orbit of Mars and landed on Earth. You know, I thought this planet looked rather blue for the red planet Mars. Oh, if the chief ever learns that I can't read a road map. Tell me, have you a name, or do they just use numbers here?
My name's Pinocchio. What's yours?
I am Nurtle.
Nurtle the turtle?
Turtle? Turtle? Do I look like a turtle?
Well...
I am a turtle, as different from turtles as kittens are from the mighty lion. If you had a brain in that wooden head, you'd recognize the difference at once.
Are you from another planet?
Certainly. The purple planet, Turtle D, west of Turtledom. And now I've got to be moving on.
Back to Turtle D?
No, on to Mars. Can you keep a secret? I am Special Agent TV-8. The chief of our Central Intelligence sent me to check up on stories of another highly advanced civilization.
On Mars?
My mission is to investigate strange radiation, atomic activity on a planet presumed to be lifeless.
Gosh, the radiation might be coming from Earth. We have atomic activity.
Child's play. Your scientists are just getting around to hydrogen. Oh, say, I'm running way behind schedule. I better go. So long, Pinocchio. I'll see you around.
Goodbye, Nurtle. Happy landings. Oh, Nurtle, watch out for Astro.
Who's Astro?
That's who I thought you were at first. The rogue whale in space.
The rogue whale in space? Why, that's terrible. He's a hazard to navigation. Why don't your authorities pull him in?
Because no one knows how to do it.
No one on this entire planet?
No one. Except me. I can hypnotize him if I ever get the chance. Here it is, Pinocchio. Here's your chance.
You'll probably see interplanetary travel in your lifetime.
I'll go straight to school, Father. I promise.
Tell me, Sam, you do want to earn money for your poor old father. Prove yourself worthy. Become a boy again.
Remember, no side trips on the way.
Someday soon you will fly into space.
Go ahead, Pinocchio. There's plenty of time for school tomorrow. No! Wait! I can hypnotize him!
Penguin? Oh, then get him. Ready?
Exciting, isn't it? Where's your helmet?
Took it off. Don't need it in the ship. Got the bubble to protect me.
Gosh, I just happened to think. Won't I need a helmet on Mars? Forgot I was a puppet.
See anything that looks like a whale?
No. He might be floating around the opposite side of the Earth. Or even hiding behind the moon.
Say, you sure you're not making this up?
You'd know if I were.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Weightless. Here's your chance to do a little light reading, Pinocchio. Oh, it's all right. No cause for alarm. Solar flare. Explosion of hot gases around the sun happens all the time. Perfectly normal.
Then why are you checking the instruments?
Solar flares produce magnetic storms. We're entering one now. Haywire. Not a dial working. Well, we'll just have to feel our way and hope for the best.
Gee, still no sign of Astro.
Well, you sound disappointed. Here we are, 34 million miles from Earth, caught in a magnetic storm. Our instruments are on the blink, and you want to have a staring contest with a mad whale. Well, thank goodness there's little chance of that. There's Mars, dead ahead.
Wow, she's really red, isn't she? How'd we get here so fast?
Fast? We lost a lot of time in that storm. Sit back, Pinocchio. We'll be entering Mars' atmosphere any moment now. But without instruments, I can't tell where Martian air begins. We could burn up like a meteor before you know it. Say, do you smell something?
Like what?
Well, almost like wood burning.
What? It's me! This paddle's red hot!
Sorry, Pinocchio. I had to do that. Another second and we'd have turned to a smoldering cinder.
When do we land?
In a moment. First, we have to circle the planet to slow down. Polar ice cap. I think that's the North Pole, but without instruments, I can't be sure.
That must be one of Mars' famous canals.
Or the longest landing strip I've ever seen. Fasten seatbelts. We're going down. Welcome to Mars.
On behalf of the planet Earth, I thank you.
I don't see any reception committee, do you?
No sign of life at all. Of course, we're right in the middle of a desert.
No matter where you land on this planet, you're in the middle of a desert. No oceans on Mars, no signs of water to speak of. Let's get out. Sand, all right.
I wonder what makes it so red.
Must be oxidized. You know, rusted. At one time, there may have been a lot of oxygen in the air. Not anymore.
If there were people here, how could they breathe without oxygen?
That's what we're here to find out. I'm going over to see what lies beyond those mountains, Pinocchio. You wait here.
Oh, no. I'm going with you.
What are you afraid of?
People who can breathe without oxygen.
Well, that's just all right, come on.
Why don't we fly over, Nurtle? Those mountains are far away.
They're closer than you think. Mars is smaller than Earth, so the horizon is shorter. And there's far less gravity. Those mountains are just a hop, skip, and jump away.
Wow! How'd you do that?
Oh, you can do it too. Try it. Those wooden joints of yours, they're just not meant for hopping. Let's try a skip. Not designed for skipping either. Well, they must be good for something. Jump! Here we are. Took some doing, but we made it. Now, let's see what we can see.
Nurtle, doesn't that look like tumbleweed there? Or cactus?
I think it is cactus, Pinocchio. Growing in a straight line, as though someone planted it that way. That might be the canal or landing strip we thought we saw from above. They must be getting water from somewhere. An underground river, perhaps, or...
2 moons! 2 moons! Look!
Yep, 2 moons, all right. The one on the left is Phobos, the other is Deimos. 2 moons, what a spot for romance.
You can see stars, too, in broad daylight.
Yes, well, that's because we're so far away from the sun that the sky is dark compared with...
Nurtle!
What's the matter? What's the matter? What happened? What?
That's no star.
No star? Where?
Right there, twinkling on the horizon. See it?
Twinkling.
What is it?
I think it's a city.
A city?
Seems to be, unless I'm mistaken. Those are spires, glass towers atop a cluster of buildings. We'll fly over and have a closer look.
What's that noise?
That is your knees knocking together.
I'm scared.
Scared? You? If you can hypnotize a whale, why worry about some little old Martians?
Hypnosis, of course. I forgot all about it. I'll look those Martians right in the eye and petrify them.
Now you're talking.
Let's go. Wait a minute. Suppose they have no eyes, only feelers.
Trouble with you is you think everything in outer space is hostile. Look at me, I'm from outer space. Ever see anything more lovable?
Nurtle, where's the ship?
Well, it's straight ahead. It's gone. Ursa Minor.
What is it?
Looks like a crab, an overgrown sand crab. He must think the ship has something to eat.
He's handling it like a toy.
Fine plaything. All he has to do is tighten his grip on that toy, and you and I can walk home.
You mean...
We have to do something. You think you can hypnotize that big lummox?
I don't even know where his eyes are.
In his head, genius. Now, we have to act fast before... Wait a minute. Another sand crab. He's heading right for the first one.
He's going to attack. If they keep that up, we'll have to fly the ship back in pieces.
If there are any pieces left. Now's our chance. While they're fighting, we'll make a dash for the ship when I say go. Hey, partner, that'll teach those Martians to mess around with us turtles.
Well, I'm not a turtle.
No, but Pinocchio, you could be.
Nerdle, do you think Mars is inhabited entirely by sand crabs?
Those crabs couldn't build a city, if that's what you mean. Not a city like Ursa Minor. What could have hit this place? An entire city wiped out. Not a building unshattered. Not a soul in the streets.
Must have been hit by a meteor.
The whole city? A shower of meteors, maybe. Or a huge asteroid.
Or a huge whale.
A whale. Oh, now, look, Pinocchio, let's not be... Hey, that does look like the imprint of a giant fishtail, doesn't it?
Astro.
Astro, indeed. Oh, my, you're imaginative. You've got to look at things scientifically. Now, scientifically speaking, I would say that a great fish-shaped asteroid traveling at enormous speed from outer space...
There's where Astro cut a path.
Hmm?
I'll bet that was Astro.
Well, there's something fishy here, all right.
Look, Nerdle, those are spaceships.
Aha! The chief was right. The stories are accurate. Pinocchio, you see before you scientific evidence of what is or was a highly advanced civilization. Wait till the boys on Turtle D hear about this.
Father will never believe me.
He will when your nose doesn't grow. Strange radiation. It's coming from the building directly below us. Hold on. We're going down.
But do you think it's safe?
Pinocchio, when I became a secret agent, I took an oath. Secret agent, don't be shy. Be courageous, brave and sly. If a mystery you should spy, secret agent, find out why. You got that hypnosis book handy? Spaceships, all right, and they're built like fighters. I don't like the looks of this, Pinocchio. Hello?
Anybody home?
Listen to this radiation counter. The place is a hotbed of strange atomic activity. Underground chambers. Must be atomic machinery, reactors and such, supplying power for all these buildings. Then again, it could be an underground city. The entire population might be under us right now.
What would they be doing down there?
Breathing manufactured oxygen, for one thing. The lack of oxygen on the surface may have driven them underground. As for their other activities, there's only one way to find out. We don't even have machines this complicated on Twirtle Beam. Well, at least we won't have to climb the stairs to get out. The ship can't be far from that exit.
I'm glad we can see daylight. It's spooky in here.
An underground canal, so they do have water.
Sand crabs, like the ones we met outside, only smaller.
Regular size. The size I prefer. What made the others grow?
More sand crabs, but their shape is different.
Look more like scorpions. All desert creatures.
Maybe the Martians themselves are desert creatures.
Maybe. There's something moving back there in the shadows, but I can't quite make it.
Nigel, look at all the giant animals.
Those big crabs we met on the surface undoubtedly came from this very tunnel.
And I'll tell you something else. I have a hunch about those brutes. I think that at one time they were all small, but something in their food is making them giants.
That's it, all right. These creatures are being fed a radioactive diet, probably to increase the rate at which they mutate into giants.
Mutate?
Yes, a mutated animal is one that looks different in some way from all the others like him. All the others who used to be like him, or rather, that he used to be like. Well, he's different.
But why would anybody want to turn small animals into giants? Nerdle, I think the Martians are up to no good.
Oh, nonsense. I'm sure there's a perfectly logical, scientific explanation behind this. Obviously, these Martians, whoever they are, wherever they are...
I'll tell you why. Because they want to destroy the whole world, take it over themselves. And that's why they're mutating giant animals to smash everything. And the man on television said Astro was a mutation from another planet. I'll bet Astro got mad at being cooped up and escaped and turned on his masters and destroyed the Martian city and all the Martians.
That's the silliest thing I ever heard. I suppose next you'll tell me that Astro was raised right in this little canal.
Astro must have grown so big that one day he swam down to the end of the tunnel and escaped through... What happened to the exit?
Blocked with sand.
They've discovered us! The Martians are filling the tunnel!
The stairway, quick!
sandstorm. Pinocchio, we've got to get out of here.
Maybe it'll blow over.
Blow over my carapace. This whole planet is desert. When the sand blows, it really blows. Now let's get moving before the sand in the tunnel reaches those atomic reactors.
Nurdle, look at the Martian city. It's nearly buried.
The sand in the tunnel ought to be reaching those atomic reactors right about.
Whoa! That's the end of the Martian city.
And the end of a mystery that will never be solved, Pinocchio. Who was breeding animals into giants?
And why?
You know, those monsters may have been the Martians themselves, and we just seen the last of them.
All except one. Astro is still loose somewhere in space.
Say, that looks like an asteroid below us, but where's that exhaust coming from? It isn't an asteroid.
It's Astro! It's all my fault. I should have recognized Astro from his pictures on television.
Nonsense, it's my fault. I knew there was something suspiciously smooth about him.
If only there was some way to hypnotize him from the inside.
I wish I knew a way out, but I've never been inside a whale before.
Father and I once escaped from inside a whale.
You did? How?
We went out the way we came in. The whale slept with his mouth open.
No, that's no good. Astro sleeps with his big mouth shut.
Oh, I wish I had studied my science lessons. Then maybe I could think of something scientific. Father is right. Nothing you learn is wasted. I miss Father and Fedora and the Blue Fairy. I wish she were here. She'd know what to do.
Pinocchio.
Listen. Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Pinocchio.
There it is again. That's the Blue Fairy.
Sure it is, and I'm Queen of the Moon. Whoops!
Pinocchio. Again you have disobeyed. Again you have broken the promise you made to your father.
Well, I wanted to go to school. Then I met Mr. Sharp and Mr. Groovy the Catnick, but I didn't stop to talk to them. And I found a book on hypnosis. No, I did break my promise. I wanted to do something wonderful, to make Father rich, and make you proud of me.
Oh, don't cry, Pinocchio. We'll get out of here. Just stop talking to yourself or we'll both go stir crazy.
Thoughtless boy, your father's heart is broken, and now your disobedience has brought danger not only to you, but to Nurtle as well. For that you should be punished, but I will help. Think, what makes a whale different from all the fish in the sea? Think.
Well, the whale is bigger. He has a spout through which water can escape! Nurtle, that's it! The spout! We'll escape through Astro's spout!
Poor kid, I was afraid that being caged this way would affect your spout! That's it! Spout! Spout!
That's what I said!
Hold on to your hat, Pinocchio. Here we go!
Maybe the blue fairy can...
No time for fairy tales, Pinocchio.
She's gone.
Here we go. That must be it.
Looks like a cave, doesn't it? Think we can make it?
Well, as we say on Turtle D, nothing ventured is worth two in the bush. It's so dark in here, I can't tell. Wow, we hit the wall! With all luck, we probably damaged the ship and we'll never get out.
There's a light!
Where? That's no light, blockhead. That's Stellar Polaris. The North Star. Pinocchio, we're out!
Hooray!
We're safe! We're out! Earth, here we come! Hey, hey! Not so loud. We don't want Astro to find out. I better cut down the motors.
I wish the ship would stop twisting.
I can't seem to... Uh-oh, there's the trouble.
Wow! The tail's nearly twisted off!
Well, no stabilizer. By the time we get back to Earth, I'll be turtle soup and you a box of toothpicks. There's Earth. Well? What's the matter with you? You sound as though you saw Astro.
You're a penguin! You're a penguin! A penguin!
Did it work?
Don't worry, I'll give him lesson two. You're a statue! You cannot move! Every muscle in your body is rigid! You are a statue!
Well?
Let me see what it says in lesson three.
Well, what does it say?
If both attempts at hypnosis fail, spin a brightly colored object round and round to lull your subject to sleep.
We don't have a brightly colored object.
Look!
I can't bear to.
Something's wrong with Astro!
I'll say there is. That big bully. It worked! Your hypnosis worked! He's hypnotized!
barring unforeseen complications, the rather unique trio is expected to land here shortly.
Better save the celebration, Fedora. Pinocchio isn't home yet. Barring unforeseen complications.
Well, Pinocchio, there she is. Soon you'll be home with your loved ones.
Father, Fedora.
And don't forget that wonderful fairy, bless her little blue heart. She must like you, Pinocchio. Why, she might even turn you into a boy again for ridding the skies of a menace.
I doubt it. I didn't really capture Astro. You did.
What? Why, if you hadn't made him tame as a goldfish with that hypnosis trick of yours?
That was an accident. The spinning of the ship did it.
Oh, now look, pal, don't be sad. You're nearly home. We'll be entering your atmosphere any moment. Look, the ship is already starting to heat up. Why, you'll see. Heat up! First, a miner will go up in smoke. We've got to stop that runaway fish.
Stop him? How?
Questions. How do I know how? Look, our wreck of rocket will wide open. You see what good it does, our puny little motors against his?
You mean there's no way?
There's one way. I'll have to cut ourselves loose while we still have time.
What'll happen to Astro?
If he keeps flying straight ahead, he'll either burn up like a meteor or crash into Earth.
Oh, that's terrible. Astro's our enemy, but we can't let him go up into smoke. And if he crashes into Earth, he may hurt someone. He may even crash into Father's toy shop. Noodle, we have to stop him.
Impossible. Now, if he were spouting in reverse, everything would be all right. But since he isn't, we have no choice, Pinocchio. Pinocchio? Pinocchio, what are you doing? Pinocchio, come back here.
When I signal, pull up on the rope.
Pull up on the rope? What are you talking about?
Dear Pinocchio, not only did you rid the skies of a menace, but you risked your life to save others, even your enemy, from harm. How brave, how unselfish that was. At last, you have proved yourself worthy. Wake up, Pinocchio. Wake up, little boy.
Oh, what a racket, Fedora. Be quiet. Oh, look what you've done. You've awakened Pinocchio and...
Pinocchio.
Father.
Oh, Pinocchio, my boy, Pinocchio.
Father.
Oh, let me look at you. Your nose. Oh, what happened to your nose? Your face. Your hands. Your legs. Oh, Pinocchio, you're a boy again.
Well, so long, Pinocchio. As they say in science fiction stories, I gotta be blasting off.
Gee, Nerdle, must you go?
Yes, I've got to get back to Tweedledee and file my report on Mars. You know how this secret agent business is.
Will I ever see you again?
Oh, probably. I'm always getting my planets mixed up.
Goodbye, Nerdle.
The Little Dipper!
The Little Dipper? Father, from now on, I'm going to be extra good and study extra hard. Not just science, but all my lessons.
Mother, what was that?
Just the outer spaceship going home.
Thank goodness. Now with Astro gone and that boy Pinocchio out of mischief, maybe we'll have a little peace and quiet for a change.
Not for long, Mother. Not for long.
For Pinocchio, this is not the end.
A presentation from the SFM Entertainment Division of SFM Media Corporation.